Would someone like me ever be enough? And honestly, that question is much deeper than celebrity romance. It touches self-worth, it touches insecurity, it touches the fear that only beautiful, wealthy, perfect people deserve love. But life doesn't work that simply. Even celebrities struggle with loneliness, even successful people crave authenticity, even famous idols want someone they can laugh with at 2 a.m. without pretending. Fans sometimes imagine that stars live in a perfect universe, but perfection can become exhausting. When the cameras disappear, what remains? Just a human heart. And maybe that's why Jimin continues to connect with people worldwide, because despite his unimaginable fame, he still feels emotionally reachable. Not reachable physically, not reachable socially, but emotionally. When he smiles, fans feel warmth. When he cries, fans cry too. When he speaks honestly, people feel understood. That emotional bond is powerful. Of course, there's also an important line fans should remember. Admiring someone deeply is okay. Loving an artist sincerely is okay. Dreaming is okay. But respecting boundaries matters too. True love, even fan love, should never become obsession. If Jimin chooses someone someday, whether rich or ordinary, famous or unknown, fans who truly love him would ultimately want him to be happy. That's the difference between possessiveness and genuine care. And honestly, many armies already understand this. That's why the fandom feels unique. People don't just admire Jimin's visuals, they admire his personality, his kindness, his emotional honesty, and his hard work. Fans watched him grow. Fans watched him struggle. Fans watched him doubt himself. Fans watched him become stronger. That emotional journey created loyalty far beyond surface-level attraction. Still, curiosity remains. What kind of person would Jimin actually fall in love with? Would it be someone quiet, someone funny, someone comforting, someone who understands silence? Nobody truly knows, but if fans pay attention carefully, Jimin has often shown appreciation for warmth, sincerity, loyalty, and emotional understanding, not bank accounts. And maybe that's why so many people feel hope. Not unrealistic hope, not fantasy movie hope, but the hope that genuine connection still matters in a world obsessed with status. Because let's be honest, being rich might open doors, it might create opportunities, it might make life easier, but it cannot guarantee real love. There are wealthy people who feel empty. There are famous people who feel alone. There are successful people who still search desperately for someone who understands them. Love is emotionally complicated, and Jimin, more than most celebrities, seems like someone who feels emotions intensely. That intensity is probably beautiful, but it's also probably painful. Someone like him likely needs a relationship built on trust, patience, emotional safety, and peace, not just glamour. Fans sometimes underestimate how exhausting fame can become. Imagine never knowing who truly sees the real you. Imagine constantly being watched. Imagine your smallest actions becoming headlines. That kind of life changes a person. So if Jimin ever chooses someone in the future, chances are he would value emotional comfort more than public perfection. And emotional comfort can come from anywhere: a rich family, a normal family, a celebrity, a non-celebrity. Human hearts do not follow strict categories. At the same time, fans should also remember something important. You do not need Jimin's love to prove your worth. Sometimes fandom spaces accidentally create unhealthy comparisons. People start thinking, if I were prettier, maybe someone like him would notice me. If I were richer, maybe I'd be more lovable. If I were perfect, maybe I'd deserve happiness. But perfection is not what creates meaningful connection. Authenticity does. And ironically, that's one of the biggest reasons fans love Jimin in the first place, because despite global fame, he still shows vulnerability, he still shows softness, he still shows imperfections. That honesty makes people feel safe. Maybe that's the real lesson hidden behind this entire question. Not whether fans can marry Jimin, not whether rich people have higher chances, but whether genuine emotional connection still matters in today's world. And the answer is probably yes. Even in an industry filled with luxury, pressure, and image, sincerity still has power. That doesn't mean fantasy becomes reality overnight. Of course not. Most fans will never meet Jimin personally. That's simply reality. But emotions themselves are still real. The comfort fans feel is real. The inspiration he gives is real. The motivation people gain from him is real. And sometimes that emotional connection becomes meaningful enough on its own. Not every love story needs marriage to matter. Sometimes admiration changes lives. Sometimes music heals pain. Sometimes a single sentence from an artist gives someone strength to survive difficult days. That impact is already powerful. Maybe that's why millions continue supporting Jimin so passionately. Because beyond the fame, beyond the visuals, beyond the celebrity image, people see humanity. And humans naturally connect with warmth. So can fans marry Jimin? Technically, anything is possible. Realistically, the chances are incredibly small. But does being rich automatically guarantee love from someone like him? Probably not. At the end of the day, even global superstars. The air inside the fandom has felt different lately. For days, timelines have been overflowing with theories, mysterious screenshots, and emotional reactions from fans who believe something huge is quietly being prepared for Jimin ahead of the Las Vegas concert. No official confirmation, no detailed statement, just whispers, clues, and the unmistakable feeling that something extraordinary is coming. And honestly, armies know that feeling better than anyone. Whenever the atmosphere suddenly becomes this intense, whenever fans start noticing tiny details that somehow connect together like puzzle pieces, it usually means one thing: something unforgettable is about to happen, especially when it involves Jimin. Because when it comes to Jimin, moments never stay ordinary for long. From the very beginning, Jimin has always had a way of turning simple performances into emotional experiences. One smile from him can flood social media within minutes. One stage appearance can dominate conversations for weeks. One unexpected interaction can leave fans replaying clips over and over again at 3 a.m. That's the kind of impact Jimin has. Not because he tries too hard, but because his presence naturally makes people feel something. And now, with Las Vegas approaching, fans are starting to believe that hype may be preparing a special surprise centered around him. The speculation started after several fans noticed unusual preparations connected to promotional activities surrounding the concert venue. Some fans pointed out mysterious purple-themed decorations appearing earlier than expected. Others noticed subtle references to Jimin on online discussions related to concert planning. Of course, nothing has been confirmed, but in fandom culture, sometimes the smallest clue is enough to send millions of people into detective mode. And that's exactly what happened. Within hours, hashtags connected to Jimin began trending across multiple platforms. Fans started creating theory threads. Video edits flooded timelines. Emotional posts appeared from longtime armies saying they had a feeling this concert could become one of Jimin's most iconic eras yet. And honestly, it's not difficult to understand why. Las Vegas itself already carries a special energy. Bright lights, massive stages, crowds filled with anticipation, a city built around unforgettable entertainment. Now, imagine placing Jimin in the center of all that. The result? Pure chaos. Beautiful, emotional, unforgettable chaos. Because Jimin has always been the kind of artist who shines brightest when emotions are running high. Fans still remember legendary moments from previous performances, where his stage presence became almost impossible to describe. The way he moves, the way he connects with the audience, the way even cameras seem unable to fully capture the emotion he brings onto the stage. There's a reason people call him magnetic. There's a reason fan cams of Jimin continue to gain millions of views years later. And there's definitely a reason fans are currently panicking over the possibility of hype planning something centered around him. Some theories suggest there could be a special